The night didn't end when Rayan left the forest. It followed him. He didn't remember driving home. He remembered the road bending too many times, the headlights flickering like something stood between them and the trees, crossing, crawling, watching. Rayan woke up on the living room floor, not sure when he had fallen asleep. The house was too quiet. No refrigerator hum, no ticking clock, no outside traffic. Just silence that felt forced, like the world was holding its breath, waiting for him to open his eyes. His phone lay beside him. One new voicemail. Unknown number. Timestamp. 3:13 a.m. He didn't press play. He didn't have to. He already knew who it was. Slow knocks echoed from somewhere deep in the house. 3 knocks. Precise. Measured. The same pattern from the forest. He followed the sound like gravity pulled him toward it. Down the hallway, past the bathroom where the light flickered, buzzing like a dying insect, past the guest room door that stood slightly open, though he always kept it closed. The knocking stopped when he reached the basement door. Cold air seeped through the cracks like breath. He held the handle but didn't turn it. His hand shook violently, not from fear, but recognition. Something about that cold, he had felt it before. A memory stabbed through his mind. Adeel's old voice message, laughing. "Bro, the basement in my building smells like dead water. Come check it sometime." That was 3 months before he vanished. Rayan drew a long breath and pulled the door open. Darkness. Not normal darkness. Alive darkness. Thick like fog trapped inside a throat. Each step groaned under his feet. Wood complaining. Something underneath pushing upward, like fingers testing the floorboards. He reached the bottom and saw it immediately. The wall was breathing. Slow, rhythmic pulses. Inward, outward, inward, outward, like lungs hidden inside concrete. He stepped closer and the motion stopped, freezing mid-breath. Then the basement light flicked on by itself. He didn't touch a switch. No timer, no motion sensor. It just woke up. There were objects stacked in strange, impossible ways. A broken chair balanced perfectly on a mop handle. A shattered mirror leaning against a toolbox with its cracks matching the wood grain exactly. A pile of shoes, all left-foot shoes, arranged in a perfect circle on the floor. In the center of the circle was a cell phone. It was old, scratched, screen cracked. But the wallpaper was unmistakable. A picture of Rayan and Adeel, taken at a cafe last winter. Rayan felt his throat tighten. He lifted the phone. It turned on instantly. No passcode. One voicemail. Timestamp 3:13 a.m. Same number as his own phone. He hit play. Static. Breathing. A whisper too close to the mic. Anne. It was dark. They said, "Go lower." Someone else whispered over it. A second voice. "Not free yet. Not dead yet." Then a scream. Long. Wet. Like someone drowning in soil. The message cut off with a whisper. "Don't look at the ceiling." Rayan looked up by instinct. He wished he hadn't. There were handprints on the ceiling, hundreds of them. Not normal size. Long fingers, bent knuckles, palms too wide like something was evolving through different shapes. Some prints were fresh, still wet, dripping a thick black liquid that smelled like iron and old rain. One print was bigger than the rest, enormous, stretching across the ceiling like a map of veins. It pulsed. And then he heard it. Footsteps behind him. Slow. Bare feet on concrete. Dragging one foot slightly. He didn't turn around. Turning around meant seeing. So he spoke into the dark, voice shaking. Adeel? Silence. Then a voice answered from behind him. Too close. Too calm. Not anyone you knew. Rayan turned slowly. There was a man standing in the corner. Not in shadow. The shadow was on him, swallowing his shape while leaving his face visible. It was Adeel's face, smiling that same careless smile from the cafe, but the eyes were wrong, black, hungry, reflecting nothing. The mouth moved, but the lips didn't match the voice that came out. They want to show you where I am. The face rippled, like something underneath shifting skin, and another voice layered over the first. Come lower. The wall behind him split like a grin opening in stone. A long, thin crack stretched downward, revealing a black tunnel where there shouldn't be space. Wet air flooded the basement. Rayan gagged. It smelled like rotting leaves mixed with old teeth. The man didn't move. He only tilted his head sideways, too far, until it looked broken. Don't run, he whispered with 3 voices at once. Then the lights exploded. Glass shards rained down. Darkness swallowed everything. Alive, thick, moving. Rayan grabbed the phone and stumbled for the stairs, tripping, slamming into walls, scraping elbows, teeth clenched in panic. Something grabbed his ankle. Cold. Long fingers. Too many joints. He kicked wildly, shoe flying off, sprinted up the stairs, slammed the basement door shut, and threw his shoulder against it while something scratched from the other side. Not random scratching. Writing. Letters. Slow. Deliberate. Come back after midnight. Silence returned. But silence wasn't empty anymore. It was full. He stared at the door, heart pounding. His missing shoe lay somewhere in the dark below. A phone buzzed in his pocket. New message. Unknown number. Picture attachment. He opened it. It was a basement photo, taken just now. Someone standing behind him, tall, neck bent sideways, smiling too wide. The caption read, Midnight. We start digging. Rayan looked at the time. 11:56 p.m. 4 minutes before midnight. The house exhaled. The basement doorknob slowly began to turn on its own. Tick, tick, tick. Turning, slowly, carefully. Something waited. Not dead, not alive. Learning. Imitating voices. Copying faces. Calling the people you care about. It wanted him to open the door. It wanted him lower. Because the voice was right. It wasn't free. It wasn't finished. It wasn't alone. It was hungry. And it knows his name.